Sorry, Clovis. Move aside, Zavala. Today's all about Destiny's premier father character, Daddy Calus. Calus originally rose to power by leading a revolution from within the Cabal, becoming their emperor when it was successful. And he spent many years reigning, and one of his particular pleasures was his Colosseum. The Cabal have always been a people who find honor in combat and conquest, so a Colosseum's kind of a no-brainer. And this Colosseum is where he discovered his soon-to-be protege, Gaul. He took Gaul from the Colosseum and treated him like a son, put him in charge of the Red Legion, pretty much raised him just alongside his daughter Keitel. But behind his back, Gaul, and just a ton of Calus's closest family and friends and advisors, including his daughter Keitel, they were planning a coup that was successful. So Calus and his loyalists ended up exiled on the Leviathan, following a pre-programmed course far, far away. The ship eventually came up to a big expanse of just pure nothingness, the void, shorting out the navigation systems and giving Calus back control of the Leviathan. And he believed he was chosen by the void to be its herald. The herald to the void's inevitable victory over everything. And so with plans to retake his empire, he traveled system to system and eventually plotted a course to the Sol system, our system, as the Red Legion was planning an assault on it, which are the events of the vanilla Destiny 2 game. He arrives in our system after we kill Gaul, and we have a sort of weird relationship with Calus. We get an invitation to the Leviathan, which ends up being Destiny 2's first raid, and when we fight Calus as the boss, it turns out it's just an animatronic version of him. But he still rewards us and he offers us a place by his side, constantly wanting us to be one of his shadows. This carries on for a long time, years. All sorts of different challenges or invitations from Calus, and us always accepting for rewards, but turning down the opportunity to be his shadow. This is what all these different raid layers were, or the Season of Opulence and the Menagerie, and our relationship with Calus went back and forth like this until the arrival of the Pyramids. When they arrived in our system and took our planets, soon also followed by Keitel hunting for Calus, him and his loyalists and the whole Leviathan left Nessus's orbit and disappeared. And the next we hear of him is in Season of the Chosen with the Presage exotic mission. Frankly, one of the best exotic missions Bungie's ever put into the game. One of their first kind of forays into a little environmental horror storytelling. Your first time going through this mission, a little terrifying. The Cabal ship, the Glycan, is seemingly abandoned, filled with scorn and this egregore growing everywhere. With his loyalists and a guardian, someone who accepted his offer to become a shadow, Catabases. Calus was trying to communicate with the darkness using the Scorn and the Crown of Sorrow. They tried and they tried and they tried, and eventually it did succeed, and that is what kind of plunged the Glycan into its current state. And that's all stuff we discover while running through the mission, and eventually fighting the Locus of Communion, only at the end to find dead Catabases and no Calus. It turns out, when his communications were successful, the witness told Calus to seek out the Mercury anomaly. So he took the Leviathan and went there, where the anomaly took the ship in, and pushed it back out the other side, changed. And in that anomaly, Calus was actually truly able to talk to the witness, learn their plans, state his loyalty to them. And then we get into the Season of the Haunted. This is our first time seeing this changed Leviathan as it shows up by the moon. Calus now being backed up by not only his loyalists, but Scorn and the Nightmares from the Moon Pyramid ship. So despite us doing everything we can to sever the tie between the Leviathan and that pyramid ship, we're too late. With our final battle down in the Chantry of the Darkest Hour in the pyramid ship itself, we do sever that tie. But Calus has already ascended to being a disciple of the Witness. And so, we now are at Lightfall. The whole premise of Lightfall is that Calus and his Shadow Legion are attacking Neomuna, a new city we've discovered, on Neptune. And as far as we've seen in the trailers, it's still Calus, right? He's opulent, everything's still extravagant, but a lot less of that bright gold and the purples. Everything's darker. He has finally gotten into the position that he has been trying to get to for so long, to be accepted by the Witness, to be the true herald of darkness coming to the Sol system, coming to every system. And hopefully in Lightfall, we have what it takes to stop him. But at this point, I really don't know. And that's Calus for you. Like, comment, sub. See you next time.